December 24, 2013. Many South Sudanese today are still asking themselves a question of who actually killed the founder-father of the SPLM / Dr. John Garang de Maboir. The foul plays had been put out about his death. As matter of facts, the death of Dr. John Garang de Maboir was narrated as it happened because it is noticeable for any human being to die when time comes. However, it might have not been the case. The death of Dr. John Garang strictly happened in the hands of these two East African criminals. President Salva Kiir murdered of South Sudan and his men are Ugandan's President Yoweri Museveni. The strategic plan of President Salva Kiir to eliminate SPLM leaders he calls Dr. John Garang's boys is a true indication that Commander Salva had planned an assassination of the founder-father of the SPLM in coordination with President Yoweri Museveni. It has been crystal clear throughout the South Sudan. If you ask a question or want to know how Dr. John Garang actually died, you would be either arrested or clandestinely killed by Salva Kiir's national security agent. The current Minister of Interior Mr. Maboir got into trouble with Salva Kiir murdered for being openly accused the President of Uganda after the investigators' report manipulated by President Salva Kiir murdered and his counterpart Yoweri Museveni. Mr. Lu was dismissed from the SPLM for questioning the involvement of Uganda government into the assassination of Dr. John Garang in July of 2005. One doesn't need to be a rocket scientist to know this factual crime. The dismissals of Generals Maboir and Teller Deng were first events that enlightened South Sudanese of a hidden crime. After series mistreatments against the latters, it forced both Maboir and Teller to apologize against their oaths to the master killer of SPLM trusted leader that they wouldn't repeat this grave mistake again. Their uncommitted sins were forgiven and therefore welcomed back to the SPLM house. In 2004, Commander Salva Kiir had a serious disagreement with late Dr. Garang and secretly planned to defect from the SPLM so that the CPA couldn't be signed. His fear was that once the CPA is signed with the Sudan government, he was not going to survive under Dr. John Garang's administration, and therefore persuaded the very long-time friend of SPLM leader who was his uncle Mr. Bon Emmanuel and late former South Sudan Defense Minister Dominic Dean, who were the close advisor to Commander Salva Kiir, to support him on his failed rebellion. Lastly, the fact that South Sudanese should know is that Salva Kiir murdered was a deliberated killer of Dr. John Garang as he did a number of South Sudanese revolutionaries. President Salva Kiir murdered currently wants to kill the widow of Dr. John Garang, Garang boys, and other opponents such Dr. Riek Machar and Alfred Alado Gore who their political objectives are contrary to his. Based on these unfolded empirical evidences, therefore, President Salva Kiir murdered will be brought to justice for systematic assassinations of innocent South Sudanese who joined the bush for something that didn't warrant their intentional assassinations.